Hai, nama berita si Dade. Aku Gerai, anda sehat? Kali ini saya bawakan perkongsian menarik untuk tontonan anda semua. Jom saksikan ya. Sebelum lanjut, jangan lupa subscribe, like, komen, dan share.
Swan City Toasmasters Club. I'm Sarah Danya and your MC for this exciting event. Today, the contest is divided into two categories, junior and senior. There are nearly 50 contestants from 19 secondary schools all over SIBU. Isn't that amazing? Yes. Before we start, shall we invite Madam Kelly Tiong, the member of SAGA and Swan City Toasmasters Club, for her welcoming remark. Madam Kelly.
Very good morning to all. What a superb Sunday morning. Corporates here together this morning. None other than the exciting and mind-stimulating event of Impromptu Speech contest for both senior and junior categories in secondary school. Good morning, organizing chairperson, Madam Lucy Tan, members of SAGA and members of Swan City Toastmasters, parents, teachers, students, ladies and gentlemen. It is our honor as Sarawak Australia Graduates Association members to host this very renowned and premier speech contest in Sarawak, SIBU. And welcome all. I think it is a chance of a lifetime for students to take part in this contest because you may only take part in it once. My children took part in it before and now they have all graduated from university. So this is the beginning of your journey of learning and communication, and we call it effective communication. For SAGA, it is our mission to inculcate the love of English and the passion for English in our humble town of SIBU. So today, we are happy to provide the platform for the students to come and unleash your mastery of English language skills as well as your delivery prowess. And for Swan City Toastmasters, we are honored to be able to facilitate this contest by providing roles as advisors, judges, timer, MC, and so on. So it is the joint effort of Sarawak Australia Graduates Association and Toastmasters International Swan City's chapter to put this event together for you. And for the students, I'm sure this is a golden opportunity for you to consolidate your knowledge of the English language and your delivery skills. And I'm sure
they say after the public speaking is one of the worst fear in humans, not to mention about contest, and even worse is the impromptu contest. So I think a lot of the students here are the first timer. Some of them have experienced this before, first time contesting the topics. So I need the full cooperation of all the audience. When the speaker is speaking, please keep absolute silence. There is no movement, no photography, unless you have the consent of the contestant. Just now I have briefed all the contestants. Junior and senior category, each category has only one question. So when the contest begins, number one, contestant will stay in the room. The rest will be locked up next door. When the contestant come out, he have to choose either use the handheld mic or the caller mic. Then the question will be read on the stage, and he has some time to think about it. Maybe a few seconds, half a minute, 1 minute. When you start speaking, after the first word or action, purpose action, then timing will start. Make sure you stand there a bit and you can see the timer here. The speech is between 1 to 2 minutes. Green light will be on, and 1 minute, 1.5 minute, amber light, and red light. The red light will remain on until your speech is concluded. If you speak less than 1 minute before the green light, marks will be deducted. If you speak more than 2.5 minutes, mark will be deducted as well. So when you see the red light, make sure that you try to conclude. And maybe you can speak for another 5 sentences. Okay, that's quite important. Remember the lights here. We have 25 in the junior category. There will be 1 minute of silence in between contestants. So if you want to go to the toilet, you can go to the toilet then. Otherwise, we have a 10 minutes break between the junior and the senior categories.
Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Bryson Kong Yu Fu.
Opinion, in my fellow classmates' opinion, and most of my teachers' opinion, I am considered a very good and excellent student. One of the main reasons I am this good is that I participate in a lot of competitions, including this very competition. Other than that, I've also participated in NASA competitions, multiple math competitions, and speech contests like this one. Don't you think such a contestant who has joined so many competitions will be loved by all? Don't you think? Now, the second reason is that because I usually do my homework, whenever I'm given homework by any teachers, I will just take out some free time, like during recess or after school, and complete my homework so that I don't have to do it at home. As a result, I have lots of free time. I can do my revision at home. Don't you think this is what a good student should be? Don't you think this should be the habit of a very excellent and outperforming student?
Yep.
Now, the third reason why people consider that I'm good is probably because of my behavior. I tend to be very polite, very kind, willing to help others, and also very social. Now, let me give you an example. This one time after school, my teacher invited me to join a club where a lot of my classmates are in. And of course I accepted because why not? I am very social, I love to make friends, and it's also a good teaching experience, you know? So, don't you think this is quite a good experience for everyone? So to conclude, I am outgoing, I am good in my studies, and I'm also good behavior. Thank you.
You are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Sarah Su Han Sing.
I think I'm a good student, but not so. Because I'm not at the first class and I'm at the second class. But I got good marks and I got fourth in my class. But I'm proud of my scores. But sometimes when you compare yourself to the other good students in the other class, you feel that you are not a good student. So yeah, I think I'm a good student. I do studies and
Alisha Diana. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Nur Alisha Diana.
Personally, for me, I think I'm very good student because I can give an example to my fellow friend to give their best in their life. For example, when I was 12 years old, I was very shy and quiet person. At that time, I tried to join as many as competition as possible in public speaking, writing, dancing, and so on. From that, I get a lot of achievement. I got champion in public speaking last year, and I got number 3 in writing essay competition. From this, I think that I can give an examples to my friend because I was a good example that I can give to my students, to my fellow friends. Second, I think I am a good student because I can show the best in my academics. If you want to know, I am a very good student because I was the top student in my school.
Are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Person Kong Yu Yao.
To be honest, I'm actually not really a good student. Although I have some disciplines, but to be honest, my result was not that great. In my class, I only can get around 15 to 18 place over 30. So yeah, that is actually very common. That's very normal for students. I'm not really good at the results, but my discipline is actually okay. I have done the homework that is given by the teacher and pay attention during the class. No sleeping during the class and no eating during the class because sleeping and eating, I think these two can be the common problem in my class, not gonna lie. So yeah.
Is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Jessica Devina.
I want to talk about, do I think I am a good student? I think I'm not a good student because I normally doesn't listen to the what the teachers telling, and I always sleep in my class. But if you want to get a confirmation, you can ask my teacher Stephanie over there. She's my English teacher. But I normally sleep I normally sleep during science and mathematics and geo sejarah also because I don't know why, but it is very boring to me. But I also want to learn very, very much from it. For my mathematics teacher doesn't complain, but she always teach me how to learn the mathematics very easy. We as students cannot be lazy because our grade help us to get a good future and a good job.
Your topic is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Muhammad Aiman Enso.
Good student. To me, I think it's a bit okay to because I know I can do well in academics. Other than that, my curriculum is not so good. In other words, I guess I am pretty okay. To other people might think I'm an excellent student, such as my friend. They always say, you're good at English, and they always thought I'm always gonna be on top. But to me, I think one day I will be the, be done, be down, because there's always someone else in the other world that would be better than me and other stuff. So when I think of this question, I thought to myself, if I have to get better, what should I do? First, I would try to improve my athletic skills, such as running around the parks for a few minutes or jumping ropes to increase my stamina and to keep my health better. In academics, I think I have some bad reputation on arts because I can't draw very well. I think I can find classes on art to improve my art.
Is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. That's Riong.
Hey everyone. Do I think I'm a good student? I think what it takes to be a good student is you have good knowledge about what you're studying, you're focused in class, you're attentive in class. I don't think I'm a very good student, but I consider myself like average because I feel like I'm attentive in some classes where I'm a foreigner, so I don't understand classes like Chinese, BM. So I'm not that focused in that classes, but I try my best to be focused. And there are also other things. You finish your homework at home, you prepare for your exams, you read books for English, BM Chinese. Like I try and use the dictionary a lot for BM and Chinese, so I can understand that language more. I understand math better, so I try to work myself more on that so I can be perfect in that. I hope to always do my homeworks at home. I always finish them, and sometimes when I don't, I also get punished. So I think I'm an average student. So I think what
Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Dayang Fanka.
So, we all have thought that some people are somewhat called favorite students. Like, you must have that one classmate of yours that you always think, wow, they're so perfect. Like, how could they do everything so perfect and like they're so organized, they're so clean, they're always so happy, right? So, are they actually good students? You can see how someone is a good student by one, their academics, two, by their like health or something. But like, am I good at that? So to get to a somewhat a good student title is, in my opinion, is by getting good grades. But me, my grades are pretty, the typical 1F, 2F, sometimes maybe 3F. But that's normal, right? I guess if you see some red markings on your papers, like there's a lot of X, you think that's bad? But in my opinion, it's just a way of learning. If you see a lot of X's on your paper, doesn't mean that you're bad. Doesn't mean that you're like not good. Like everyone else is on top of you. Or maybe sometimes if you get like the lowest number in class.
Good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Tegan Chang Liang.
I'll tell you when I'll start. Testing. Okay. I will start in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine labeling yourself as the worst student ever. Nobody should ever do that in their many years of studies. So very obviously, I believe that I'm a good student. Not in the most conventional ways where I score A+, 95 for every single thing possible. However, that is not what I am. I am the best student in many ways possible. I personally tried as many things as possible in school. In school, my grades are just average. They are not anywhere near to good. However, I joined things like debate. I joined sports last time. I do as many things possible. So this is why I believe I am a very good student. And if you want to talk about the conventional ways, I believe that it is a little outdated. In this era, when we continue to think about, oh, did you score 95? Oh, are you the model student of the school? Maybe that's not the most important thing nowadays. Maybe it's more important for us to think about how have we benefited our school community? How have we benefited our country, our region? How? So this is where I believe I stand as a very good student in my school, in my society. Now, to further move this on, I believe that with me contributing so much, as I've told you, I'm in debate, as you can see from here. I believe that it is what I do well. So I also try to benefit those around me. I think to be good, we should be less selfish. We should think about how we benefit others, not just ourselves. So I try as much as possible to teach others, to help others in as many ways possible. So now to conclude, I believe that being perfect or being good or just having your own personal perception that you are good isn't to many other people. However, I believe that this is my way to be able to benefit as many people as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, let us never talk bad about ourselves. Let us be confident about ourselves. Thank you.
Extended time. Faith Tan Shopen. Your topic is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Faith Tan Shopen.
I think I'm a good student. This is because I'm not good in some of my subjects, because I'm not good in Malay. Second of all, the school monitor. Last but not least, I don't have a very good manner in class. That's all from me.
Topic is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Brittany Ko-Ilon.
Alright, so being a good student means that you need to have a good grade, or perhaps you have to be good in your morality, or perhaps you're always respectful to your teachers and your friends. And I, as a top student, I want to say I am a good student, and I'm trying my very best. Number one, I'm trying my best to be consistent and disciplined when it comes to my work and stuff. I'll always try my best, because I don't want to accidentally disappoint anyone, especially those around me. I'll just try my best to be the best of all. And it's just, although it's being pressuring, of course, but I'm just trying my best to be the person that's perfect for everyone's views. And I'm always going to work hard to be the greatest student of all time, and perhaps try to just be the best of the tops in my school. And the second thing is, I'm always polite to my friends. I'm always polite to them. I'll try my best to not get them convinced, or I'm trying my best not to make them feel offended or something because of what I say. I don't want to be troublesome, and I just want to make them happy, just keep them polite so they wouldn't feel anything about me being bad. And plus, I don't want to offend my teachers as well because that might accidentally kick me out of school or something like that. So let me be honest over here. Being polite is very important, especially when it comes to how people might view me because I don't want to have a bad image around anywhere. I'm not going to be a bad student that's like being scolded or something like that. It just makes me feel shameful. And the third thing is, I'll always try to be responsible for my work. I don't want to procrastinate. I just want to be consistent when it comes to my jobs. I'll always finish my homework, do my studies. I just want to be the top. I just want to work extremely hard for it to be a good student for people's views. I just don't want to ruin my own image. And plus, I just want to get everyone to like me as a good student, and I don't want to get attacked or something like that. Okay, so as a conclusion, I'm a good student, I'll always be responsible, I'll keep working hard for it, and one day I'll achieve something taller, and I'll be great, and that's it. Thank you.
Meaning, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Your meaning, way meaning.
Or not, I can't actually guarantee you because I've done quite a lot of bad things during class. One of it is I draw comics. Teachers teaching, I used to draw. So no one has caught me yet, so I'm still doing it. And also like my good stuff, I'm not sure, I like to pull pranks on others. And then there's one time when after I was sweeping the floor, I took the broom and just throw it at the trash bin. And then it snapped into half and I was like so freaked out, just threw it in the trash bin. But I did help teachers with some stuff. I would carry the books. I think that's all. After that, the last minute, only I copied, so. Don't worry about it, it's normal for students. Students do that all the time, so it's perfectly normal. Not only that, good students, there are many types like good student as in attitude perfect or some other. Me, I'm prefect man, so when I go for duty, right, yeah, the one everything high one. But when I go into class, I start talking, reading novels during class, drawing comics. Yeah. It's normal for me. I tell you, most of the prefects, my class has the most prefects.
It is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Reality.
I would like to answer this question with a no. Okay. So even though I get good grades, okay, well, my grades are not that bad, they are average. But sometimes in class, I just can't control myself, and I will go around and talk to my friends, disrespecting the teacher. Okay, I'm being honest right now. And I know it's something that I should not be doing, but I just can't control myself. So, okay, being a good student means that you have self-control, you get good grades, and you also have self-discipline. Okay, you can take care of yourself. But me, I don't think I can take care of myself. I still need my parents to guide me and remind me of things. Like sometimes I will even forget this and that. I will forget my homework, maybe in school, and then I will.
Our topic is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Lemon who's human.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think that I'm a good student. It's not that something arrogant. Please give me the time to prove it why I am a good student. First and foremost, I have a result that's not that good but not that bad. Result doesn't mean that a student is good or not. You need to see that you are hardworking or lazy or indolent. For me, I'm quite hardworking, I think, because every day I go back home, I will study and revision for a while. Besides studies, good students need to have a good behavior. I'm quite talkative in the class, but I didn't talk nonsense. I say something very useful and give the suggestions. like this to the students or teachers, I will not think taught something that is useless. I taught something useful. This is how I use my extrovert characteristic, personality, and my talkative. Besides, I am quite active in my core curriculum. For examples, I will attend many activities that held in the schools, like competitions or the activities that is very interesting or just held in the school. I will go to support that. To sum up, this is my proof that shows I'm a good student. With that, I end off my speech. Thank you.
I'm a good student because I will study hard when teacher is talking, and I will not make noise. Besides, I will not cause I can get good mark when exam.
Aiman Safwan. Topic is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Aiman Safwan bin Azmi.
Yes, for me, I think I am a good student because at the school I will help my teacher to do anything. Like the teacher say, "Can you help me to bring this to the office?" Yeah, I can help you. So I will with the teacher go to the office and bring that thing. I'm not good at school, but because at school I always make a noise like "Wah!" like that. And the reason I say I'm good as a student because just that I always have a teacher to like attend to at the school. And the another option is I'm saying I'm a good student because I was very lazy. Yeah, doing my homework and I'm very lazy to doing my homework, but I'm very focused at the class. Because of that, I got a number one at the class, and because I got number one, I think I got student lah. and for example, I'm saying I'm good student is my teacher asked me a question, I will reply it, but my answer is wrong. Okay, pernah? And so my conclusion is be a good pupil at a school and be a good student. Don't be like me, make a noise, wah at the school like a monkey. Just that for now. Thank you.
Maurice, your topic is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Maurice Carlos Manja anak segala.
Do I think I'm a good student? Well, exactly the answer I'm going to give you yes. Not because I keep getting first place every single exam. It's because I follow the rules. Every good student follow rules prepared by the school, prepared by the parents. A good student also likes to learn very new stuff. They don't just learn everything that the textbook tells them. They learn everything the internet tells them. They learn everything outside school. they learn what is not taught in school. A good student also doesn't bully people. I don't bully people because I think that bullying is bad. So you need to know, if you want to be a good student, you must not bully people. One bad reason is because you might destroy their lives. And in that point, you will also destroy your own life. Because if you are caught, then that will be very damaging to your image, and not only your image. Your family members will be taught as not good parents by other people. I think I'm a good student because I follow all the rules. I like to study and learn new stuff not taught in school. I also don't bully people. And I respect every people's ideas, every people's opinions, because opinions and ideas are sometimes never wrong. They are always will be correct. In conclusion, I am a good student. Everyone can be a good student. Thank you.
Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Joel Lawley.
So, I think I'm a good student because I don't break any rules and I follow every rules in my school. Also, I study and I do and finish my homework every day. First, I'm gonna go into my schoolwork. I do my schoolwork every single day and I don't miss out on anything. I never not finish my schoolwork and I I I finish my schoolwork every single day because I think it's important to make it as an exercise and let me understand everything about school and about my school syllabus, and that will help me increase my knowledge on the school syllabus, and I can take it as an exercise when I'm doing my school examination. Next, I don't break any rules because I think most of the rules are very important and you have to follow the rules, such as you shouldn't be running around the school because the school will not be very organized and it will be very messy. And we have to queue up every time we go to the science laboratory, and that's why I think it's important to follow the rules. Next, I think I'm a good student because I think I do well in my school examinations. And I think school examinations are very important because it defines our career in the future. So I think that we should do well as a student and not break any rules and finish our homework and get high grades. That's all. Thank you.
Good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Angela Hing Seona.
My opinion, I'm not a really good student in our school. At first, although I'm not how to play badminton and become proud of my school, but I have one thing. I also feel lazy and tired at exercise. I will feel that, did I want to continue with this sport? I feel lazy every time when I exercise the badminton. But when I feel lazy, I will tell myself that my mom is proud of me when I got the prize through her. Second, I think that I'm not really good in my study. At first, when I'm studying, I also feel lazy and I don't want to read it anymore. I will also get C or get B, but every time I can't get A, then my mom wants me to get it. I think that how to get A is so difficult, but I will also be hard to try to go for it. At the conclusion, I think that I will try hard to become a good student. As such, I will try not to be lazy and try to tell myself I should be continue to try hard to make proud of the school and of my mom. This is my speech. Thank you.
Patricia, your topic is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Patricia Lau Ifa.
A very good morning to everyone. Do I think that I am a good student? Absolutely no. This is because I am a very lazy person and I don't manage my time well. I would procrastinate every single time I have homework, and during the time I need to open my textbook and read. The second reason why I think I'm not a good student is because I have absolutely no respect for my teachers. I feel like teachers are just there to give us knowledge and not being there for us emotionally and physically. So I don't really respect or listen to any of my teachers. And the third point I have is that I hate going to school. I don't really pay attention in class, and I usually play with my friends instead of listening to the teachers. So I think I'm not a good student because I am very lazy, I don't listen in class, and I don't respect my teachers. Thank you very much. That's all for me.
You are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Richard Lee Chong In.
Hello. I wouldn't say I'm a good student. I'm probably just a decent student. Sometimes I don't finish my work. Sometimes I do. Sometimes they are like average students in schools. But most of the times I have days where I probably do my best, and days where I probably don't do my best.
Andriana, your topic is, do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Andriana Alfia Tara Ana Andrew.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our own personality when we are at home, neither at the school. Well, for me, I have my own personality in school. But for me, I don't think I'm that good student nor a bad student because I am an average student. I'm not that very excellent student that everyone thinks I'm in, and I'm not even that bad student also. But for my opinion, I'm actually just an average, normal student. It is because my marks is not that even good. Sometimes it's average. It depends on how much time I spend on my studies. And some of my teachers also say that I'm not that good, but I'm not that bad also. Even during the parents and teachers meet up, I got a lot of compliments. Even though I got a lot of compliments, I wouldn't even say that I'm a good student. This is because we could not put a lot of confidence in ourselves. It will show up selfishness in ourselves instead. Well, everyone has their own personality. Do you have your own personality? Well, one day I asked my friends, do you think I'm selfish? Well, they answered me, I don't think so you're selfish, you're just yourself. Well, I think that you're just an average
person that I've ever met. And I'm confident about myself too, even though I think that I'm just an average student. Well, in conclusion, I think that we should be ourselves when neither we are at school, at public, or at home. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
Think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Isaac Tim Cheney.
Lack of confidence, and I think I'm a little bit introvert. I'm not there to present myself confidently in front of people, but today my father supplied me courage, and he's my pillar of strength for me to engage in the impromptu speech today. And I usually didn't pass my exam with flying colors. I usually I'm a middle student in the class. I also didn't get good result in my volleyball and competition because I'm not tall enough and I cannot. As I'm a step setter and I cannot carry out a good performance, so that my team can carry on a more strict.
Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. Jeremiah Lau Bin.
Alright, so my topic. Do I think I'm a good student? Well, this question would be a bit hard for me to answer, but I believe that I am indeed a good student. The reason behind this is because, one, I feel like I'm disciplined most of the time in my class. I just take notes, I listen to the teacher, and I'm also active in class. That's why I believe it is the qualities of a good student in class. Other than that, I believe that I am very active, as I've said before, in class. I literally just listen to the teacher. I do all I can to be active in class, respond to the teacher's questions, and just excel in my work. Other than that, I believe I'm very diligent in my studies. I always pay attention, as I've said before, and when I go home, I'll always do my revision for most of the subjects that I've learned and just study till I literally drop down on my bed. And that is why I believe I'm a good student. Other than that, I'm actually good in all forms of the core curriculum. I do sports, I'm good in my studies, I literally also join competitions such as this. I just believe that this is why I believe that I am a good student. I believe being a good student means that you are literally good. You do your best. You are excelling in all aspects of your studies, no matter whether it be your main studies, your core curriculum, or even just coming to these competitions. And that's why I believe I am a good student. So after hearing all of these are definitely the qualities of a good student. So are you a good student? That's my question for you. And now I end my speech. Thank you.
Explain. Do you think you are a good student? Explain. English Wong Yu.
One. So, every student studies in a school. But do you think that you are a good student in the eyes of the teacher? I do. I think I'm a good student because I always finish my homework on time. I never tell a reason for when I forgot to do my homework. I will be honest to them if I really forgot to do the homework, but most of the time I will finish it on time. The teacher sometimes always praise me, "You are a good student." Besides, I say I'm a good student because I always obey the laws of the school. I always wear my school uniform to school and never bring all those things that are banned from our school. For examples, I don't bring a phone or my laptop to school. Besides, I always listen to the teacher when they are teaching. I don't interrupt them when they are teaching. I pay attention when they are teaching too. Furthermore, I always study hard when I have the time. I use my time wisely when I'm studying. I always do revision every day after school. Last but not least, I always go to school every day. I won't be absent when I'm sick. I will try my best to get my body up and go to school. To conclude, I think I'm a good student for the points I have stated just now. And I hope all of you guys will be a good student because with good education, everyone will success. Thank you.
My name is Michelle Ho, and I will be talking about in what ways the smartphones affects the life of students. In this globalization world, in this 21st century, smartphone has become a necessity. It is something that all of us have. Now, in what ways does smartphone actually affect students? Students, I believe, especially secondary students, all of them have smartphones. And I think smartphones can help them to study better. It can also help them academically. For instance, they can search Google for some things that they have no knowledge about. More examples, students in secondary school, we have a lot of group projects. For example, for subjects like biology, we need a lot of understanding and we need to look at teachers to understand the topics better. In this case, we can use applications like Google, we also have Pinterest, and so on. And in this case, I think smartphones help students to do better academically. Secondly, I think smartphones also help students to be more creative in their thoughts. Why is that? I think that is because we have a lot of applications out there that can help students in many ways. For example, we have Duolingos. It helps students to learn more languages and it is free actually. Students have more opportunity to learn something outside of their schools using smartphones. We also have applications like Pinterest and Instagrams. Students who are very interested in fashion, they can search up Pinterest to be more open about their opinion in clothes. They can also follow some celebrities in Instagram for them to look at the celebrities and follow their examples. In conclusions, it is up to the students themselves. Students need to be able to make the rational decisions to use their smartphone wisely. Smartphones can affect students in positive and negative ways. In conclusion, I think smartphones can help students positively if they are rational enough to help themselves. Thank you, that's all for me.
In what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? In what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? Gordon Sias, number 1.
Everyone, today my topic is how smartphone affect the students. Okay, in my opinion, smartphone is the really good things that benefit us in many ways. For the first one, a smartphone can help us to search for the information that we need to complete our homework and do our assignment. And furthermore, smartphone is a type of entertainment for me to relax myself and release my stress in the daily life. And during leisure time, I will play some mobile games like PUBG and convenience too for the students to
Everyone, my name is Carlson. Today we're going to speak about how cell phones have really affected the life of students. As you know, cell phones are electric devices that you can use to communicate with your friends, your family, or your teacher. In my opinion, a cell phone is very useful because you can use it to easily, your teacher can send assignments to you, or maybe homework, and maybe something like messages to tell you like very important stuff. So, for example, if there is something important, like, oh, today you didn't come because you were sick. Yeah, assignments. You know how writing, it really strains your hand a little. So with headphones, you can type it out easily. For example, well, if the assignment is very long, for example, like maybe a 500-word essay.
Celestine, your topic is in what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? In what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? Celestine Chong, first one.
The ways smartphones affect the life of students. So for this modern era, many people have smartphones. So students also have smartphones. First of all, the one way the smartphone will affect the life of students is that students will get convenience by using the smartphones. First of all, students can use smartphone to search for the information about their studies, and the smartphone, when students use smartphone, it's very easy to find some topics like English, mathematics, or science in internet, and students can get more information or some exercise on the topic they study, and thus students can learn to be good and can manage their studies. But however, the smartphone will affect.
What ways has smartphones affected the life of students? In what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? Ryan Wong in here.
Smartphone has been one of the biggest creations that mankind has ever seen. You can see in companies such as Apple, Samsung, Oppo, or Vivo. They have created amazing of smartphone. Really depends on how we utilize smartphone. For example, we can use smartphone as a way to increase our knowledge, to search for information. For example, when I study in school, because I am a science stream student, so there are a lot of things that I need to know about the subjects such as chemistry, biology, and physics. And some of these informations are not taught in the syllabus of Malaysia. So I myself would have to go to internet to search for more information that will benefit me in my examinations and all that. So smartphone really has a lot of uses. You can also use smartphone to search for news about, about the world, like inside Malaysia or outside Malaysia. However, what are some of the drawbacks and the cons of smartphone? First of all, smartphone leads to a lot of addiction, especially amongst teenagers. Like teenagers will always want to use their phone and just use it during their free time and even get addicted to it. So we really got to be careful when we are using our smartphone. I would always find myself, just being addicted to my phone, procrastinating on my work. Thus, smartphone is really a very good invention. And it's really up to us to utilize this invention. And I would like to say, I want you guys to be able to benefit the smartphone for the best. And that's all for me today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, Roselle, the topic is, in what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? In what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? Russell, saya, anak Rasim.
Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot avoid the fact nowadays that our children have their own phones. Most of them addicted to their phones, so especially the social medias. Games nowadays is quite become more advanced, so they addicted to phones. So, in my opinion, how phones affect student life is that it's affect their studies. They're more often to spend time to play their phones rather than studying. I have this one friend that very addicted to his phones. Up to the point he bring his phones to the school and play phones during class. He will play his phone under the table, just searching social media, like watching TikTok and so on. I have advised him before, like, why do you do that? Don't you care about your study? Have you ever think about what happens if you're not focused in your class? So he would say, I don't care. I just want to have fun. I'm too addicted to this. I cannot go anywhere. I'm too keen to spend my time on phones. So, ladies and gentlemen, I knew that some parents know that their children very addicted to phones. So, parents often try to control their children's phones, control the children's phone usage, and then everything, but the children still play their phones. So, what should we do? We should tell them what's the disadvantage of phones, especially in their studies. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that phones is not actually good for students, especially when they're in class and when they bring their phones to class. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will end my speech here with advice that I know some guys, students here, please don't play phones, please don't bring phones. So remember, study is important. Study is for your life. Study is for your future. It's not for only you. It's not for only you. It's for your parents and so on. That's all for me. Thank you.
Of students. In what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? And Chita.
Everyone has them nowadays. It's like a necessity to us, basically. Everything you can ever think of is right in there. So students can actually utilize this smartphone to search up all the useful information they want. You need homework help and your friends aren't online, just go to the internet, you'll confirm find something there. So it's really, really, really useful. However, with the advantages of these smartphones also come the disadvantages. Yes, it's really, really good for the students. But as you all know, there is a rise in popularity of AI these days. And these AI can make the students dependent on them, which is not good. Because even though, yes, it's a good thing, you're getting the help you need for your homework, your studies, any relevant information that you ever want. It's right there. The AI can directly tell you without even going to search a website for yourself. However, you can also blatantly misuse this information, copy it blindly onto your assignments, and not learn anything at all, which is not good. See? So there's two sides of the story. But I believe that if we students are responsible for all this, then what is the harm in using these smartphones and using what's inside them? Because the information is there for a reason. So why not use this?
Cassandra, your topic is, in what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? In what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? Cassandra Majunchi.
The fact that technology now affect a lot on our lives. Teenagers nowadays, they couldn't live without handphones. They use handphones from time to time. But I would say that handphones actually affect them in a bad way. For example, they tend to overuse the handphone while preparing for the exam. When they are doing revisions and they put the handphone by the side because they want to get the notification immediately. However, when they take out the phone and simply look at the notification, they will tend to open their social medias and also they want to watch some videos on YouTube. And this has actually affected their revision. They couldn't focus fully on their revisions. And besides that, teenagers nowadays, they didn't actually have a good mental health because they are easily affected by the comments online.
Alright, our topic is, in what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? In what ways has smartphones affected the life of students? Alright, Riong.
Smartphones have really affected the students in their studies, their life, and mostly everything. Even me, smartphones and digital appliances have affected my studies, my day-to-day activities, and so on. Let me give you a few points on why smartphones can affect us students. The first one being, smartphones can cause us to have addictions to them. For example, like games or social networks. You all know Instagram, Facebook, or if you want to post all that. I'm so pretty, I'm so handsome, or that. And then cause us to not study and instead go out and have do all these things with your friends, doing pictures and that. Second, I feel like that smartphones really impact us in our education and the way we treat other people too. For example, you may play games and meet people who are very toxic when you're playing. For example, when you're playing very badly, they might talk bad about you, and that causes you to follow in their path also. You will treat the same to your friends and your family, so on, so on. And then they will make other people feel very sad, very negative, they will think bad about you.
Is simply at the snap of the fingers. You can access Google, you can access the internet, you can access online dictionaries. A variety of applications are available to many students simply with the use of a smartphone. It has also made lives and submitting homework a lot easier for these students as well. Let's take, for example, the pandemic period. I'm sure a lot of you have submitted homework through Google Classroom, primarily the juniors here, the students that have already spoken. You've all submitted homework through Telegram, through Google Classroom, through WhatsApp even. Well, WhatsApp being much rarer than Telegram or Google Classroom, to be frank. With that said, I also think that smartphones and the availability of the internet and a variety of games in the form of applications has also provided distractions for students from their studies. It has distracted students from studying hard simply because of the allure of an online game is simply just within reach.
Some of you all are swiping on your headphones right now. As a student, what has the usage of smartphones affected my life? When I was back in the quarantine room, I don't have my handphones, and I immediately feel so bored inside. But good thing is that someone has dared to talk to me. As a student, handphones has brought a lot of advantages to my studies. For example, I can use a handphone to look through the internet and to find the information that I need. Besides that, nowadays, you don't need a computer to make a decent presentation. Like, I can directly use an app to make a presentation slide. Thanks to the smartphone, I've never failed any of my presentations. Second of all, Smartphones can help students to be more disciplined. Surprisingly, because there is an app that you can help to keeping track of your time and to manage your time. For example, like a timetable. You know, it's always so hard to make a paper timetable because the lines are so difficult to construct. With a digital timetable, you'll be able to manage your work well. And to me, smartphones has brought a lot of benefits to students, but still, we need to moderate the usage of it so we don't make it harmful to our life. That's all for me.
Phones has changed the life of students is one of them is their mindset. Okay, why do I say that? First of all, students used to have a more determined mindset on studying, and they think that the educational system is good. They don't need more, they don't need less. But now, when they see educational systems of other countries, now they think that their own country has a lower and less efficient educational system, which is not wrong because every country has its own levels that are given by them according to their own skills. Even if you see students from another school, let's say international schools, they have a more different educational system that you may think, oh, I think that educational system is better than ours. And they tend to think, oh, maybe I shouldn't follow my school's educational system. But no, because we pay for, yes, I know that some might be better, but we are provided with what our parents could pay for. No matter what your mindset is, you should always accept what you have. And another thing that I think that changed drastically is their behavior. And I myself am not unfamiliar with that. I used to have a smartphone until my mom took it because I was a troublesome kid. Yeah, you can see her smiling over there. And they've become, over the past years, I've seen many students become more troublesome, and I don't want to say much because I don't want the school to come to me. And I think that's all for me. And smartphones are good.
I believe students nowadays, everyone has a smartphone, right? So it has affected us in many ways, especially in our studies, because during the MCO, everyone has to use their phone to study and join the Google Meet or Zoom to study. So smartphones, they have helped students to improve in studies, and some even do some part-time jobs, such as selling stuff online and finding some new friends. Besides that, smartphones also help students to release the stress. For example, me, I use smartphone to listen to music and sometimes play games and watch some YouTube videos or scroll through TikTok.
Or bad? Well, there's been debate going around in the world saying that it's good because it has the net. It has everything you need at your fingertips. Some say it's bad because it's a waste of time. You spend too much time on social media trying to update your status and everything. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how has smartphone affected the life of a student? Smartphone has been revolutionary. It has helped students in many different ways. Thanks to the internet and everything, students has had it easy since young. They can search it online whenever they are uncertain about different things. However, there's a flip side to it. Smartphone has caused students to spend more time on it, causing them to procrastinate and waste all of their time just on the smartphone. Maybe it's due to lack of discipline, lack of guidance from their parents, lack of love from their parents also, or maybe it's
students' lives. To me, as a student, smartphones has affected me, especially in my studies. I tend to procrastinate a lot, especially when I have my cell phone in hand. I would go on the TikTok application app, for instance, and Instagram, one of the most well-known and most used social media app in this generation. Every day, not every day, maybe some days, especially on the weekends, I would tell myself to study, but I wouldn't really I wouldn't really listen to my own words. I wouldn't really obey on what I said. Instead, I would play my smartphone.
You not doing your work really concentrate. And also, you may get distracted from your notification sound. And sometimes, there are some students who play mobile games a lot until they forgot their responsibility as students. They will keep playing until the midnight that they don't even remember there's homework for them. And also as children, some of the children, they will isolate themselves in the room and not communicating with their family members and so on. Until they don't have a really good relationship. Somehow if their parents keep their phone because they are immersed in the phone. So the parents will keep the phone, and then maybe there will be a conflict between parents and also the teenagers. So another point is that because I always compare myself to other people online, even though I know they're fake. I know because I always scroll through YouTube. YouTube has been a really good app for me because it shows the real thing people post online. They show that they are insecure of themselves. They are not like those who they post online. And that actually gains confidence in me because I know that I won't be able to compare anyone online. So that not only it destroys my happiness, but I always find my way to make myself confident, to make myself happier, to build my happiness. So apart from smartphones, apart from destroying my happiness, it also destroys my time management. I procrastinate when I use smartphones. As a student, my duty is to study hard, to gain that scholarship. I want to study overseas, make my parents proud. But however, the smartphone, that really one thing destroyed me when I was Form 2. Like any other teenager, any 14-year-old, I always scroll through social media. I always scroll through TikTok, Instagram, but what I don't know is it destroys me. It destroys my time management, it destroys my happiness. It consumes my happiness, it consumes my positive self. And from that moment on, I know that, yeah, smartphones really do destroy a teenager. So what I did? I seek help. I seek my sister, I seek my parents, because I know that, yes, it really does.
Hey Dad, how are you doing? I'm doing great. How's your day starting at school? Fantastic. I have met a lot of friends. I'm doing great. You might expect that typical conversation whenever you enter the car back from school. But no, it's your phone. Dad, where's my phone? I need to see my messages. I need to see my notifications. Phones have endangered our relationships with our family. Phones become destructive when we use it excessively. And whenever us students, we go back from school,
the first thing that we think of is not our parents or our family members, but it's our phone. Ladies and gentlemen, why phones endanger students' lives, relationships? When we get home on a tireless day, it's not we talk to our parents first, but it's our phone, searching our emails, our messages on social media. We become distracted by this device and we ignore the rapport that we need to build with our parents, with our siblings. They cater you, they nurture you. This is something that phones has left us forgotten. Second, it becomes a destructive device. Whenever you scroll on social media for long periods, you forget your priorities, your studies, your relationships with your friends. I can tell you, in one day, a lot of us spend time on our phones. We scroll on TikTok, on Instagram, and it becomes something that is very destroying to our relationships. But one thing let me tell you, that yes, it is destructive, but do not let such device
have smartphone infected our life. So I think that it must be positive. As everyone knows, because of we have the smartphone, especially to the students, you are able to find a lot of information through the smartphone. And you get a lot of information to you when you are doing your assignment, you're doing your homework. This helps us to do our work better and even help us to be more understanding of what our teachers is talking about. For example, like I always use my smartphone to find the assignment they're given by teacher, my MS teacher. You know, inside our textbook, the MS got a lot of questions need us to be done. And sometimes it is quite difficult for me to do it. So what I do is I will seek help from the YouTube, and there are some tutorials inside to teach me on how to do the exercise. And I think that this has helped me a lot during my day. And besides, why I say that it has affected students' life positively is because of through smartphone, we can communicate with our friends at any time as they want. Although we have come back from our school, we can still communicate with our best friend through the smartphone, which we can through Instagram, which young people like a lot nowadays. And also we can use Telegram and WhatsApp. So by using this type of application in our smartphone, it helps us to connect it well with our family members.
Big part of our life. And everyone here has their own smartphones, everyone is on their smartphones. Sometimes even when someone is speaking up front, there are people in the audience using their phones. Now, I think for students, smartphones have a positive impact and of course also a negative impact. Now, positively, it allows us, for example, to do our research very easily. We can find a lot of information online. It can help us to learn more outside of school, but it also provides a distraction because sometimes when things become too easy, like for example, in the past, if you needed something, you would have to go to the library or go and look up some books. You would need materials, and it's also kind of a skill that you need to learn. And using those books, it's easier for them to absorb the information and they remember more. Now, smartphones also gives us a way to enjoy ourselves. So for example, we can watch videos on YouTube that are not necessarily educational, and then we can also have fun playing games and things like that. So playing games, it's not bad for us per se. Everyone needs to know how to enjoy themselves, but I think that
Jessica Devina Anak Stanley Changan, Sarah Su Hangsin, Wilson Kong Yu Yao, Nur Alisha Dayana binti Muhammad Sadiq, Dayang Faikah Nur Hanun binti Kakak Muhammad Sadiq, Faith Tan Chiang Eun, Rihanna Ting, Cornelio Yuswan, Aiman Sahuan bin Azmi, Angela Ting Yao Xiaonan, Evita Lau Yifang, Richard Lim Chu Lim. Andriana Afia Tara anak Andrew. Isaac Tim Chiyang. Cassandra Majunji. Rosel saya anak Rasim.
Terima kasih kerana sudah menonton. Jangan lupa subscribe dan tekan butang loncengnya agar anda tidak ketinggalan video terbaru dari channel saya. Pastikan juga like, share dan komen ya.